Hey guys and gals, Never here from Jake Wing Game, and 70 on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Repeat, Sissel's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go! The rest of the school day passed quickly, and before we knew it, Sissel and I were marching down the street to Herschel's cafe. The bell jingled merrily as we poked our heads inside. I was immediately hit with the familiar sweet scent of baked goods and strong coffee. It was good to see the place up and running again. Boss, you there? The kitchen door swung open, and we were greeted with Herschel's grinning face as he immediately began prepping drinks behind the counter. Evening, boys. What will it be? The usual hot chocolate and black coffee? Oh, you don't have to trouble yourself with that. I was just hoping to use your ovens to whip up some fresh chocolate chip cookies. Before Sissel could finish speaking, the older rabbit was already sliding two steaming hot drinks across the table. Go ahead. You're welcome to use whatever you need, sis. Huh. Thanks, boss. As Sissel nodded in thanks and slid into the kitchen with his fresh coffee, I glanced around the cafe while sipping my hot chocolate. The place was cleaned and running again, but there was still a decent amount of furniture missing and several broken windows are boarded up with cardboard. Those thugs really made a mess of the place. Herschel must have noticed my concern and clapped my back with a laugh. Don't you worry your little head about anything. She looks a bit rough right now, but we've got most of the cafe up and running again. Not a pretty sight, but I should be able to get things repaired and the furniture replaced by the end of the week. That's a relief. Did you manage to get most of your money back from those thugs? Yep, took a bit of paperwork, but my bank account ain't starving anymore. And that's in addition to some of Sister's tournament winners that he insisted I keep. Also, that Owen fella has been practically shoving funds down my pants because he feels bad about what his shithole of a family did. You ain't need to worry about little old me. I should be fairly comfy for a while. The kitchen door suddenly swung open and Sissel's head poked out with a suspicious glare. About Owen. He's only shoving funds down your pants, right? Nothing else? Herschel's face immediately lit up like a bonfire as he choked and spluttered in incoherent defense. What do you mean? Listen, I'm glad you're discovering and exploring things about yourself lately, but if I find out that Owen's making moves on my uncle, I'm gonna shove the two of you down the tallest flight of stairs I can find. After a minute of choking on his own spit, Herschel finally funneled enough oxygen to his brain to furiously shake his head. What? No. I mean, I guess I have a thing for dudes now and your friend's a bit of a looker. Not very reassuring. But I've got a date somewhere else now, and so I'm all good. Don't you worry about a thing. Sissel squinted. He didn't look entirely convinced as he quietly slinked back into the kitchen to finish his cookies. I'll be watching you. I snorted into my hot chocolate and decided to throw poor Herschel a lifeline. On an entirely different note, how you doing, man? Shoulder recovering okay? Got any big plans? Not everything settled down? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now that I'm not exactly starving for cash anymore, I've been thinking of getting a nice apartment for myself and Sissel. The cafe's nice and all, but Sissel deserves a nicer place to live than the cramped upstairs attic. And a bedroom with thicker walls. It was my turn to flush as I buried my nose in my drink. Herschel chuckled to himself as he quietly took in the cafe's humble, cozy interior with a fond smile. We've really come a long way, haven't we? There you go. Alright, last of the coffee done. To tell you the truth, when I first started this little cafe, it was almost out of obligation. When we were kids, it was Cecilia's dream to have a little place like this to ourselves, and I guess I kind of built this place out of a sense of guilt. Herschel turned towards the kitchen doors where Sissel was busying away with his cookies and laughed. But none of that. Not anymore. I promised her that I'd finally start living. It's about time I put all that behind me and start putting passion in my work again. I'm gonna make the cutest little cafe this city's ever seen. Something I can finally be proud of. Sissel's gonna be off to culinary school in a bit, so I'm gonna work hard to make this place a warm home he can return to. The kitchen door slid open and Sissel waltzed out with a tray of steaming, freshly baked cookies. Getting all sappy on us again, boss? I don't want to hear any of that from the guy who's baking cookies to share with his boyfriend of the romantic light of a meteor shower. Got me there, I guess. Sissel grinned and elbowed me playfully. By the way, do you have any plans for the rest of the summer? You better come visit us often when the school term ends and we all get kicked out of our dorms. The bubbling warmth in my chest slowly died down as I stared down at my cup. I bit my lip and was silent for several moments. Concern swam across Sissel's face as he plopped down next to me at the warm hand on my shoulder. Adrian, is everything all right? Actually, I was thinking, if it's not too much to ask. I shuffled awkwardly in my seat before sucking in a deep breath and looked up at both of them. Would it be all right if I stayed with you two after the term ends? Sissel and Herschel exchanged surprised glances, and I spoke quickly, babbling away in panic. I mean, if it's not too much of a hassle, I know this is a lot to spring on you out of the blue. Herschel held up his hand with a warm smile. Adrian, you're always welcome under my roof, and I'm sure Sissel will be happy to have the extra company, so long as it's okay with your folks. I'm sure they won't miss me at all. Won't have any trouble convincing them. Thank you so much, Herschel. I'm really grateful. Things are kind of complicated back at home, and... Hey, man, I get it. I really do. I won't ask any questions you don't feel like answering either. Just rest assured, after everything you've done, you'll always have a place with us. Sissel squeezed my hand with a concerned look, but said nothing. I squeezed back and was grateful for the lack of prodding. Well, the cookies are done and the meteor shower is going to start soon. I'm going to go wrap these up and we can get going. Sounds like a plan. Sissel gave me a quick peck on the cheek before shuffling back into the kitchen. I finished my hot chocolate and glanced down absent-mindedly at our table. I blinked in surprise. Huh? Who's this boba tea for? Huh. Must have made that out of habit. Y'all are always bringing your other friends along, so I figured. My bad. I can toss it out if neither of you want it. They haven't completely forgotten. Sissel suddenly yelled from behind the kitchen door. Don't waste food! I'll drink it on our way back! I stared down at the boba tea on the table. Cold droplets of water condensed on the outside of the cup and slowly slid down the surface like rain. An uncomfortable knot formed in my stomach, but I couldn't quite understand why. By the time we settled down at our stargazing spot on the school roof, the sky had dipped into the deep lavender blue of night. The first few streaks of light bled through the darkness, soon followed by a rainstorm of dancing stars. As I settled down in my chair and stared up above, Sissel set a tray of tea and cookies on the table and snuggled up next to me. The mug steamed into the cool night air. We both took a sip and wordlessly watched the heavens open up above us, completely mesmerized. We didn't say much as the minutes ticked by and quietly soaked in the spectacle. The uncomfortable knot in my stomach slowly grew, but I wasn't sure what to do about it. I stared up at the stars above as it rained down little flecks of light. My heart felt like a mess. Joy, relief, but a strange melancholy as well. Like there was something slightly out of place. There was something I still needed to do, but what was it? As a particularly bright star streaked across the sky, I gripped Sissel's warm hand and gave it a squeeze. Sissel? What do you wish? Sissel blinked in surprise and chuckled. I thought I mentioned that I don't really believe in the whole wishing upon a star thing. Wishing for something is fine, but the only way things can change for the better is if you do something about it with your own hands. I know. I remember that conversation well, but indulge me for a second, won't you? If there's something you'd want to wish for right now, what would it be? Sissel pursed his lips and stared up at the sky thoughtfully. That's a bit of a loaded question. He rested his head on my shoulder and chuckled. Prepare yourself, I'm about to get really fucking sappy. Shocking. That's so unlike you. Oh, shut up. Anyway, I was just thinking about when the school term started, and how big of a mess I was. It felt like I was treading on water trying to keep afloat, trying to feel like I was worth anyone's time. And then you swooped in and, well, it took a while. There was a whole lot of nagging and wake-up calls, but for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm standing on solid ground. Sissel turned towards me, his face flushed with a goofy smile. And now I can hold your hand and say, I love you without feeling like I've got some debt to pay. After meeting you, I feel like every piece of me has been fixed somehow. I don't think I could be any happier. I have a family, friends, and peace with my mom. So consider my wish granted. All thanks to you. He chuckled and pressed a gentle kiss to my cheek. I felt my chest flutter. Wish granted. At that moment, time seemed to slow to a halt as I slowly took it all in. I could be happy here. I could see it now. I could live out the rest of my life with Sissel in this peace we had fought so hard for. Seeing him smile with such confidence and joy filled me with a sense of relief I couldn't quite describe. I could let go of everything that's happened and move on with him, together. But there was still a small nagging in the back of my mind, like I missed something. Something else that desperately needed to be mended. I wish that still needed to be granted. What should I do? Oh, you get a choice. Okay. Well, move forward. The small nag in the back of my mouth can miss. Oh, wow. Okay, so. Huh. Do you move on, or do you repeat? Like Jenny would want you to move on. But honestly, she deserves a chance at happiness as well. We'll do the move forward one this time. Okay. I squeezed Sissel's hand tightly and kissed him on the cheek. Sissel, I'm lucky to have you in my life. I'll be with you. Always. Huh. Who's the fucking sap now? Well, I can't keep letting you take the spotlight. I gotta jiggle my romantic bones sometimes, too. Like now. With a bright smile, I squished Sissel's face in my hands and pulled him close for a deep kiss. Sissel hummed appreciatively and leaned forward, our lips pressed together in an intimate embrace. I love you, Sissel. I love you too, you twat. The two of us laughed and stared up at the stars, savoring this tender moment together. And there would be countless more moments to come in the long road ahead. We'll walk it together, this happy ending that we fought for. Oh man, I guess we beat it! Oh my god. Ah, no! Gotta talk over this song. I bet this song is probably copyrighted. Okay, he's laying in the bed. Oh, this is really cute. Oh, these little storyboard ideas and sketches. Oh, that's great, actually. Holy hell. Aw. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my god. It's Sissel growing up, I bet. Yep. Yep. So... God, no. Don't... Wait. Is this song copyrighted? I don't know. Makes me wonder if they got this one particular song done for the game. Hmm. I guess I'll find out in the comments. Alright, so he's growing up. Yep, yep. Hmm. Aw, these two cuties. These two cuties are so adorable. Yep, we're only on the D's so far. Okay, we're on the E's and the credits. Alright. Aw. Damn. Damn, Owen looking all kinds of fine. Jesus. Oh, this is so good. Yep, during the culinary competition. Yeah, there you go. Keep going, keep going. I gotta fill this space with talking because I don't want to get copyrighted. All right. Oh, that was so adorable. That was great. The sexy corner. Oh yeah, there you go. Give that kiss. We all love that kiss. Yes. Oh yeah, it's great. They're still singing. Fuck. I have to fill this with more stuff. Oh yeah, it's that Herschel got beat up. Let's see. Please don't copyright this video. Oh. Oh god, it just keeps going. I love it, but I don't at the same time because I'm so afraid of getting copyright claimed. This is a good episode. Blah blah blah. I wonder what happens if you do the I wonder what happens if you do the fucking repeat ending. Maybe I should do that. Just at the end of this video, just do that one particular one and see what happens. Make this a little slightly extra long video, I guess. He's getting suited up for the culinary competition. That's great. Please stop singing. Please stop singing. You could have just a shadow of two shadows. Two people named Shadow. That's not confusing at all. We're on the S's, so we're on the T's now. Damn, okay. We're moving along nicely. Alright, so we're about near that happy ending. I wonder if it'll stop when there's no more names. Probably will. Yep, I bet it will. Yep. Yep. Aww. These two got their happy ending. Ginny deserves a happy ending too, so I wonder what happens if you hit repeat. Thank you for playing. This game was so awesome. I loved it. This had a really, really good story. God. This had an excellent story. Probably one of the better stories I've seen in a visual novel. We got something here? No, it just loops back around. Okay, let's see what happens when we repeat. I gently squeezed Sissel's hand, a soft, bittersweet smile spreading across my face. Here, let me, Hey, Sissel? You know how, just before the culinary tournament, you held my hand and promised that you'll be okay? I think you're right. You've grown so much since we first met, and I'm sure you're going to go on and do great things. And you definitely don't need me to pull you out of your moping sessions anymore. Sissel held my hand tightly and glanced at me with a concerned frown. What? Why does this sound like a goodbye? Don't you worry. We'll see each other again, I promise. I smiled and leaned toward Sissel's face, gently kissing him on the lips. He chuckled and held me close, as though afraid to let me go as our lips pressed together in a deep embrace. I love you, Sissel. I love you too, Adrian. The two of us laughed and stared up at the stars, savoring this tender moment together while we still could. Okay. So, alright, so I guess he chooses that moment to actually go back. Alright, that's cool. Alright, so I guess that's it then. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. I will be covering Owen's path next. I don't think Philip's path is fully fleshed out yet. Just let me know in the comments. Anyway, y'all, thanks so much for watching. It's been a nice, long journey. I've pretty much loved every moment of it. Thank y'all so much for watching. It's been great. It's been great. Shirakoi is a very, very talented person. He and his entire team done a great job with this. I can't wait to see what else they do. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. I want to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silver, and thank you going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And thanks to our 3 gold tier patrons, Zeke, Toby, and Blue Wolf Alpha. Y'all are awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our Not Safe for Work contents as little as $5. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.